So a slow start to the beginning of 2025, and that's because of the uncertainty that puts the buyers on hold. Hey, listen, I feel like, I'm going to do an offer presentation on this house. No, it's not how it goes. There's a math involved in it. Actually, half of the condos that were sold in Toronto last month was below 600,000. And we're seeing crazy things happen in the assignment market. We're seeing people not losing their entire deposit. They're paying on top to get out of it. January and February that we've had, it's been the slowest since 2009.
Thanks for watching us. If you like our episode, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, family, and whoever needs to watch this.
Welcome to Reality Check, where we discuss what's happening in Toronto's real estate market, where it's going, and help you make informed decision buying and selling. I'm here with Sanaz.
Hi, everyone.
My prediction was always that February of 2025 is going to be the month that the market is going to take off.
Pick up, yeah.
No, literally take off, because we saw indications back in November and December, and we saw, you were involved in one of these offers as well back in, I think, end of November. In Newmarket in Aurora, things were selling so quickly. Everything was getting multiple offers. Anything that was listed any remotely below 1.3, 1.4 was getting multiple offers. So we kind of saw where it was going to go. And historically in February, we have lower inventory and buyers are back in the market. And with that brings a huge demand for purchase. We saw the new mortgage law that happened and, brought in a huge affordability below $1.5 million price point. Yes. So all these factors fueled by the fact that we've had over 2 years of below 10-year sale activity. There was a lot of people on the sidelines.
Correct.
So all of this led me believe February was going to be the month that everything is gonna, take off. But we had two major bombs that went off. And one of them was, first of all, Justin Trudeau resigning. So that puts a lot of uncertainty in the market.
Yes.
But the biggest thing of it all was what happened with Donald Trump coming into the office and starting the trade wars and bringing the new tariffs. And I think that really put a damper on sales. We alone as a team, we saw showing activity just drop 100%. As soon as the talk about tariffs started, towards the end of February, beginning of March. And as soon as they went into effect, everything, for the first 3-4 days, all our listings just drastically dropped in the number of showings. Our own buyers were kind of holding off, reason being, you hold off when you're buying because you see the market. You see the house that you like, and it has an offer date, which majority of the homes we were looking at with our clients were having offer dates. But they started missing offer dates. So offer dates come, the house before it, back in beginning of January, end of December, was getting 7-8 offers. All of a sudden, offer date comes, they've only had 2 offers. They're not even selling. So the client sits back and asks themselves, okay, so this is not selling. I like this one. But now all of a sudden, there's 2 other homes that came on the market. Let's see what happens with that. So there's no more urgency to move and run to buy. And in the midst of all of this, if something sells below what the expectation was, then as a buyer, you're like, okay, Melissa, maybe I should wait another 2 weeks, a month, and to see what's going on. Again, rightfully so, you can do that. But if you're buying a house that you like, you may have to make that move because there might be no other home like that coming on the market. So that's what's going on with the market. And this is why February did not go as planned, because of the lot of uncertainty in the market. Guys, before we go further, be sure to click that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share it with anyone you think might find this useful. Now let's go back. What do you think it's going to happen going into March and spring market?
Well, Nima, based on what we're seeing now in 2025 and how the year started, well, we're all hoping to have a better March, better spring. But I think having February this slow, I believe that there is a lot of sellers now. They are trying to come to the market with, spring started. So I don't want to say we're going to see the huge difference, but I hope we're gonna see better activities in March and April.
Hope so, because right now
Because it's very
things
hard
are
to
not
just
looking too good.
exactly. It's very hard to say with the way that we start 2025 or January and February. It's gonna be very hard to see how the March and April is gonna be, but we're hoping for having a better months.
So let's get into the market watch, because I want to talk about the stats and then talk about how it compares to last year and last month. So
to make you more stressed about
not to stress you out, but just to see what is happening. Because if you're in the market, I had a call today actually from not a client, actually, someone that knew me and is like, listen, you know what? We've been wanting to sell our house for the last year.
But they were active in the market.
They're not even my clients.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. They called me. They know me. And he's like, yeah, listen, I've been actually watching your YouTube and we want to sell. We've been wanting to sell for the last year and a half, but market has been bad. When is a good time to buy? When is a good time to sell? And I'm like, I got to talk to you. It's tough for me to discuss, but these are the numbers that I went through with them and I talked to them.
Yeah.
And this is the number. These stats are what people should go through as a buyer
yes.
and as seller. So let's get into the stats. So number of sales in February, just over 4,000, active listings over 19,000, average price $1,084,000, and month of inventory 4.84. I want to put these things into perspective as to how much we've gone up, how much we've come down. So average price has actually dropped year over year.
Yes.
So we're down roughly in GTA by over 2%. Not a lot, but again, it's down. Total sales are down 27%. And active listing is up 76%. This is the reason why prices drop. And months of inventory is getting pushed to 5%. We're at 4.84.
Very close to 5, yeah.
Very close to 5. I mean, like, we're hitting buyer territory in majority of the areas. We're going to go through Toronto. We're going to go through York. We'll discuss that, but this is where opportunities come to the buyers. If you're looking to get in the market, a lot of people have had a tough time getting mortgages. Rates are lower. You get the new program. We've had a lot of our clients actually use that new program to get into the market. So with that being said, I want to just, again, go through the few months and make sense of the numbers. So when we say like the sales activity is low, what do we mean? I mean, last February, we had over 5,600 sales and we had over 11,000 active listing at the end of the month. This year, not only the sales are lower by about 1,600 less sales,
the active listing.
There's over 8,000 more listings on the market, so more to choose from. So this puts a downward pressure on the price. And again, we can see it last year, the average price was over 1.1 million. Now we're sitting at $1,084,000. And the months of inventory, we were less than 2 months of inventory. For those who were in the market last year, I actually recall.
They know exactly.
Last year, we started getting multiple offers. In February, I recall, like, we had a few listings. Everything that we put on the market, we had a bungalow, we had a semi, we had another detached home. Bungalow got 96, I think, showings in a week, and we had like 12 offers. The detached, same situation, I think 6 or 7 offers. The other house, we had 12 offers. All happened in February, but that was because we had 2 months of inventory. So when the months of inventory go down is when you get the multiple offers. Yeah. So a lot of people are asking me these days, oh, okay, you know what, if I want to list my house, should I, go down the path of offer presentation? And I always say, if you're looking to do offer presentation, you're not going with your gut feeling, hey, listen, I feel like, I'm going to do an offer presentation on this house. No, it's not how it goes. There's a math involved in it.
Yes.
And the math is based on the months of inventory. So you look at the segment of the market you're going in. So if it's a detached in Richmond Hill, in that pocket, what is
the average price?
No, what is the active listing numbers?
Yeah.
So what is the active listing numbers, let's say at that point? How many have sold in the last 30 days?
Yes.
Then you get to a number. So that number, let's say if it's anything less than 2.5, maybe you can go down the offer presentation route. If not, then there's no point to do it. There are other strategies that sometimes we do with offer dates, but again, it's case by case. But going back to the numbers, right now, listings are building up, and a huge portion of these listings, in my opinion, is in the condo segments. Yeah. So I'm just going again. We went year over year. Now I want to just compare it to the month. So in January we had over 3,800 number of sales. Now over 4,000. So not a lot. Yeah. Active listing has gone up from 17,000 to over 19,000. Months of inventory has built up. That's because of the ratio of these two numbers. Average sale price has gone up, rightfully so, thankfully. I mean, if the average price went down in February, it would have been a disaster.
Yes.
Days on the market has dropped down to 28 days. And it's good because a lot of people are actually, pricing it right and getting sales done.
Yeah, selling.
Yeah. So what do you overall think right now? What's happening in the detached and condo market? Because these two segments are kind of behaving differently.
I was just right now looking at the numbers, and I remember the last episode that we were talking about the condo market, how flat was in month of January.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the same thing for condo market. It's still flat. And in detached market, it's kind of flat, as like that's how I see it. It's not like moving like before. So what do you think? Like, you think the detached market is not flat?
So the detached market, it depends on which area we're talking about. Overall, I think it's been like pretty flat, but like each area is different. So I want to go and actually bring a chart that we do internally that has the prices for detached market. So we've been tracking Toronto and New York region detached market. And as a matter of fact, in Toronto, the average price went up. So in January, the average price was sitting at around $1,579,000. It has gone up to $1,782,000.
Yeah.
So that's the detached market in Toronto. New York region, however, it was not the same. It actually dropped by about 10,000 from $1,577,000 to $1,564,000. Yeah. Condo market did the same in New York region. I mean, it's been pretty flat, but they've been hovering around the 660,000. So last month 662, now 658. But Toronto, the prices actually dropped higher because in January they dropped below 700,000, which we haven't seen in a long time. It went down to 691,000. Now in February it went back up to 724, and it's been hovering in the low 700s for the last year. So one thing that's super interesting is that we pulled the stats and we saw actually half of the condos that were sold in Toronto last month was below 600,000. Yeah. So that's 50% of the condos. So majority of the mid-range condos around 500, like let's say 600,000 to $1 million, they weren't trading.
Yeah.
And then there was an uptick, about 6% increase in higher end condos, meaning like 1.7, 1.8 million. So that goes to show if you got a larger condo that is end user product, those tend to be trading. Before I go and dive into the condo market, I want to talk about a few stats that I think it's really interesting. So January and February that we've had, it's been the slowest since 2009.
Very slow.
Yeah, it's been, and it's on average, the sales have been 16% below the 10-year average. So we could feel it, yeah, like because transactions are not happening. Yeah. In terms of active listings, new listings on the market, 40% higher than the 10-year average. So the new listings coming on the market. And the new listings not only coming on the market, staying on the market. So the active listings are 83% higher than the 10-year average, meaning pretty much almost double the number of double the number of homes for sale.
Honestly, I get nervous when we talk about numbers. Now I'm like, okay.
But these are the numbers you need to know because if you're in the market to sell, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not selling because I'm not getting the prices that I used to get. Like, I saw my neighbor sell 3 years ago. It all depends. If you are cashing out of the market, maybe wait another 2 years, things are going to get better. You're going to get a better price.
No, sellers for sure needs to be educated on this number.
But if you are selling and you're buying in this market, in my opinion, why does it matter? Especially if you are moving into an area that the inventory is higher, so you're going to get a better deal. So as an example, we have a client that we're helping right now, and they're in the same boat. If they sold, let's say 2.5 years ago, probably could have gotten another 200,000 more for their home. right now, the house that we got for them, we got almost, I don't know, 250,000 below. So the deal that they got in that region was so good that even if they sell their house right now slightly below what the market value just to sell it so they can get into the other house, it would make a lot of sense for them. So this is what I always go through in our buyer consult with our clients. I say, okay, what you're selling, where you're selling it, what's the market like, and where you're going to buy, what is the market like? Because a lot of times you're going to be moving into an area that's hot. So I'll tell them, like, listen, you need to have like a little bit of a buffer, because if you buy a house and if you want to buy a house first and then sell yours, and God forbid you sold your house for X amount low, do you have the shortfall? Can you come up with it? So that's the question that needs to be had prior to anyone making the move. Guys, before we go further, be sure to click that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share it with anyone you think might find this useful. Now let's go back. So I think that is the generality of the last 2 months. Going and talking about condo market before we wrap up, because I
get market.
Because I get a lot of people asking,
what's gonna happen, Nima?
What's gonna happen with the condo market?
That's a question everyone's asking.
So what is going to happen with the condo market? Because right now, for the last year, we've had over 30,000 new condos coming into occupancy. This year, over 29,000 condos coming to occupancy. Probably in the first 2 months, we've had well over 5,000 new units coming into occupancy. For the condo market to get better, what needs to happen is, first, the unsold inventory starts to get absorbed. So with so many new condos coming on the market, nothing, in my opinion, is going to get better for that segment till they all come on the market and slowly they start to get absorbed. So if someone is under the impression by the end of the year, you know what, their condo is going to go up 5-10%, in my opinion, that is not going to happen because of the sheer number of units that are on the market and is getting added daily to it. That's one. Two, interest rates are going down and they need to go down further to help fuel the lower end market of the condos so that these one bedroom plus 10 units get sold. Third, there's no new pre-con projects getting sold these days. There's a bunch of them from before that are still selling, but no new project is getting built. So it's getting launched. So in the next 3 to 4 years, there's no new condos that are going to be built that were sold in the last, let's say, year and a half. So they usually take about 4 years to be built. So 2028, let's say 2029, we're going to start seeing a huge drop in the number of condos on the market. So when I get asked the question, when is the condo market is going to get better? Probably next 3 years, 4 years. We're going to see it like when it was the good days of 2018, when condo market was selling like hotcake. Will it get any better anytime soon? Yes, probably next year we could see things.
Not soon though.
Not soon. Next year maybe things start to get better than what it is, because right now the number of the months of inventory for condos are drastically high. We're like sitting at well over 6 months of inventory for condos. Not to mention the assignment market.
I was going to ask you, Nima, what about assignments?
So assignment market, again, the
that
number
we have with the condos, like what about assignment deals?
Same thing. So a lot of people that have bought and are selling, assignment market numbers are not even on MLS. So it's tough to track it. But from what I'm seeing right now in the assignment market, probably add another 6 to 7 months of inventory in the assignment market. So we're easily well over a year of inventory of condos if you include assignment market and resale all together. And we're seeing, crazy things happen in assignment market. We're seeing people not losing their entire deposit. They're paying on top to get out of it. And
we have a lot of assignment ourselves.
There's a lot of good deals on assignments. And again, if someone is looking to get into a market as an investment, some of these assignment deals make a lot of sense because it's tough to be cash flow neutral on these brand new condos. But when you get into the assignment market at some certain price points, we're seeing, cash flow neutral deals, which as an investor you would want, because then you buy it, you're already buying these deals like 15-20% below market value. So you're already ahead. And then when you get it, you don't have any shortfall carrying it.
So that's about the condo market and assignment.
I think that's pretty much it. If anyone has any questions, feel free to drop it down. And again, it means a lot to us that you guys click that subscribe, click that thumbs up, and share it with any friend or family that you think they might help.
And whoever needs to watch this.
Yeah. You know what? Send it to them. Guys, thank you for watching. And you know what? Drop us a comment. What do you guys think of these episodes? We would love to hear from you guys. And until next time, have a great day.
Thank you.